For section 1, problem 8, they tell us that we know a map uses a scale of 1.5 centimeters equals 25 miles. We want to use that information to figure out what if we have two cities that are 190 miles apart. So 190 miles apart, how far apart are the cities on the map? So I'm going to put a box around that. So I want to answer that question before I'm finished. Well, I'm going to use the information I have. I know 1.5 centimeters is equal to 25 miles. Well, that's good to know, but it doesn't really help us that much because we know that we're trying to figure out how far apart they are when they're 190 miles apart. Well, 25 does not go into 190. So what's probably easiest, if I could figure out how many centimeters was 1 mile, then I could just multiply to figure out how many are in 190 miles. So how can I make 25 miles 1 mile? Well, I need to divide by 25, because if I divide 25 by 25, it's going to leave me with 1 mile. So if I do that on one side, I have to do that on the other side. So on the right hand side, like we talked about, 25 divided by 25 is 1. So I'm left with 1 mile. And then really I'm figuring out how many centimeters would equal 1 mile. So I do 1.5 divided by 25 on the calculator, and I get an answer of 0.06 centimeters. Well, that's great. I now know how much 1 mile is. But once again, the question says the two cities are 190 miles apart. So I don't want just 1 mile. I need to multiply by 190 because that gives me how many 190 miles are. So if I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other side as well. So we're going to multiply by 190. So on the right hand side, 1 times 190 is equal to 190. So we have 190 miles is the same thing as, and then we do the same thing here, 0.06 times 190. You can do that on the calculator as well, which gives you an answer of 11.4. And remember that this side had centimeters, so 11.4 centimeters. So when the towns are 190 miles apart, how far apart are they on the map? They're 11.4 centimeters apart, which is answer B. So this is called using a unit rate. What you also might have done in class is you might have said 1.5 centimeters for every 25 miles. You might have written it as a ratio, and you want to know when it equals 190 miles. You want to find out how far apart they are in the map, so that's the x there, and then you would cross multiply. So x times 25 is 25x equals 190 times 1.5 is going to give us an answer of 285. And then how do you get x by itself? We need to divide both sides by 25. So we'd be left with x is equal to 285 divided by 25 gives me x equals 11.4 centimeters. So we found out how many centimeters would be in 190 miles. Same answer, different ways to do the work. So whatever makes most sense to you, think about it like that, and then do that when you're taking the MCA test.